All right, welcome to the explainer. So, we all know AI is crazy powerful now, right? But what's the real next leap? Today, we're going to dig into an idea that could push AI way beyond just copying what we say and into something that actually understands. Let's get into it. Okay, so this really gets to the core of the problem. You and I, we use these things, these large language models or LLMs, every single day. They're writing poems, they're fixing our code, summarizing giant articles. It's amazing. But there's this little voice in the back of every AI researcher's head asking, do they get it? Do they actually understand any of this? Or are they just, incredible mimics?
And to answer that, we really have to talk about the biggest knock against today's AI. It's got this perfect, kind of funny name for it. People call them stochastic parrots. So, what on earth is a stochastic parrot? Well, think about it like this. Imagine a parrot, but instead of just hearing a few phrases from its owner, it's basically heard, well, the entire internet. Everything. So, yeah, it's a genius. It's stitching together sentences that sound perfect, that sound like they make sense. Why? Because it's a master of patterns. But here's the catch. If you ask it what its words mean in the real world, like the actual consequences, it's got nothing. It's just playing a word game.
And that right there is the problem. That's the huge disconnect. What these models are doing, it's not understanding, not like we do. I mean, an LLM can write you a beautiful, poetic paragraph about an apple falling from a tree, but it has zero concept, absolutely no internal idea of gravity or weight or what it feels like to hit the ground. And this massive gap, this is the wall that AI has hit. So the billion-dollar question is, how do we get past that wall? How do we give an AI real, genuine understanding of the world? Well, a lot of the smartest people in the field think the answer is to build something completely different, something they call a world simulator. And the idea behind it is actually pretty simple and kind of beautiful. Instead of just feeding an AI endless books about the world, what if you gave it the ability to learn the rules of the world for itself? You give it this internal simulator, a little sandbox where it can learn about physics, about cause and effect. It's the classic difference between reading 100 books on how to ride a bike versus actually getting on the bike and feeling gravity and balance for yourself. And what's so cool about this is that you have two of the heaviest hitters in AI research, kind of coming at this from different directions but landing on the same idea. So on one hand, you've got DeepMind's Genie. It learns by just watching tons of videos and trying to predict what's going to happen next. And on the other hand, you have Yann LeCun's Whole Vision, which is about an AI that learns by doing things. So one learns by watching, the other by doing, but they're both chasing the exact same thing, a model that understands how the world works. And if they pull this off, the payoff is huge. A world model finally grounds the AI in reality. So the word heavy isn't just a word anymore. It's connected to a real concept of mass and gravity. And once you have that, you unlock real reasoning. The AI can think, okay, if I do this, then that will happen. It can start running what-if simulations in its own head, which would make it way, way more flexible when it bumps into something it's never seen before.
Okay, so this is where it all comes together. This is the big aha moment. On one side, we have these LLMs, the parrots, that are masters of language. And on the other, we're building these world models, the simulators, that have an intuition for reality. So what's the real game changer? Well, it's putting them together, combining them into one single hybrid AI.
And I think this is the best way to think about it. An LLM on its own, it's book smart. I mean, it's read everything, every encyclopedia, every textbook, but it's never actually been outside. The world model, on the other hand, is street smart. It learns by trying things, by messing up, by developing a gut feeling for how things work. So, the big question is, how do you get the book smart kid and the street smart kid to team up? It basically works like this. You take your language master, the LLM, you then plug it into the world simulator, which becomes its connection to reality, its common sense engine. And what you get out of that is a hybrid system that can use the simulator to reason about a problem, and then use the language model to explain its reasoning to you in plain English. Pretty cool, right? There's this great quote from the research that really nails it. It talks about blending symbolic and sub-symbolic reasoning. Sounds complicated, but it's not. Symbolic reasoning is just thinking with words and logic. That's the LLM's job. Sub-symbolic is that gut-level, intuitive understanding of the world. That's the world model. And by anchoring the language to that model, you're finally connecting an abstract word like push to the actual physical results of something moving. So, where does this all lead? What's the big picture here?
Well, according to a lot of researchers, this isn't just another small improvement. This hybrid approach, it could be a whole new road towards artificial general intelligence, AGI. Why? Because it tackles one of the biggest, most fundamental problems that's been holding the entire field back for decades.
And this chart just lays it all out, plain and simple. You've got the before and after. Before, with the parrot, reasoning is just based on statistics. The knowledge is totally abstract. And the whole thing is, well, it's brittle. It shatters when it sees something new. But after, with the thinker, you get an AI that can reason about cause and effect. Its knowledge is actually grounded in reality. And it becomes robust. We're talking about a leap from simple imitation to actual cognition.
So really, at the end of the day, this isn't just about a slightly better AI. This is about fixing a huge, fundamental flaw at its very core. For so long, AI has lived in a universe made only of text. This new idea, it's like giving it a window, or maybe even opening a door, so it can finally step into our world, the world of physics and action and consequence. And that leaves us with one last, pretty profound question to chew on. Think about it. For humans, knowing something and understanding something are two sides of the same coin. Up until now, AI has only gotten good at the first part. It's a walking encyclopedia of facts. But this new path, it suggests we might be on the brink of building an AI that doesn't just know things, but one that can finally, truly understand them. And if that happens, well, that changes everything.